hello! Hi. So, let me know if this is working. I do have a volume on this, but this is a whole new setup, so I don't know how clear I'll be. So if you can't hear me, drop it in the chat. On Twitch, best place to find me. But we're going to continue our Star Trek Adventures tonight after a long while of forgetting about these guys. I also don't... The Wi-Fi in this flat is absolutely terrible, so we'll see. It's not going to be the smoothest, maybe, but hopefully we should be able to deliver what we want. This is not exactly high frame rate gaming. So if I remember correctly, we are in orbit of a planet which Chekhov has said we are going to get the best cognac ever because it's Russian, which is makes as much sense as anything. Ooh, there's a delay between the speech and your video. Okay, that's slightly frustrating. We'll see what we can do about that. Shouldn't do that. Right, so I'll worry about my speech delay in a bit. Let's beam down.
Mr. Scott, Mr. Chekhov, come with me. Mr. Spock, you have the call.
Hi, Chris. Hi. Oh, it's 10 seconds. I don't think... Yeah. I was waiting for Chris.
Captain Kirk, good to meet you. I am Boris Brezhnev, curator of the museum. Everyone is buzzing about visitors from the Enterprise. A real feather in my cap.
The pleasure is ours, sir. This is my chief engineer, Mr. Scott, and Ensign Chekhov, our navigator.
Most pleased to meet you both. Chekhov, a fine name. I'm certain you will be interested in sampling the Kazakhstani cognac, distilled and blended by my family. In fact, I will later show you my most prized possession, a bottle of our finest vintage, aged 40 years from our very first pressing.
But isn't cognac French?
Originally, Mr. Scott. But before my ancestors came to settle this planet, they went to Cognac and purchased cuttings, brought them here, and made enhancements. You could say we reinvented Cognac.
I mean, that's useful subtitles.
But you gentlemen are a bit early, and I must see to making certain the cleaning crews are finished working. Please, feel free to look about a bit. I will page you later, and maybe you will join me in a small toast before the ceremonies? Yes?
It would be our pleasure, curator.
Why is my chat behind there?
I told you we invented it. Maybe we were a little hard on you, laddie.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Never doubted you for a second, Mr. Chekhov. Now let's take advantage of this time and look around.
Right, so we have to look around with the amazing Russian subtitles. Yeah, I mean, 10 seconds delay between here and the next room, given it's going via some other country, is fine. I have to actually look at things in this game.
The plaque reads, an old ground-based phaser cannon model B-17, the real equalizer, rescued from a Federation scrapyard, probably based on the frontier near Nelapur. This phaser cannon no longer possesses any of its focusing or targeting equipment. The large capacitors in the base allowed a variety of power sources to be used to energize the cannon and gave the real equalizer considerable flexibility in use.
I'll be really disappointed if we don't get to use that, but I think we won't get to use it.
The plaque reads, the Niven, non-integrated Vulcan electronumerator, was one of the earliest versions of a Vulcan computer. Some of the components were found to only function correctly at high temperatures. Since the focus in those early days was on computational effectiveness and not user-friendliness, the operator could not stand near the Niven during its operation. Input to the machine was cabled in from a separate device. Hence, it was a non-integrated computer.
Wow.
Lights cascade continually above the surface of this device. Plaques on each side read, the Vandecourt Aurora generator was donated to this museum by Sir William Loudon. Originally, a university experiment designed to test broadcast power as both a containment system and photostimulation for possible use in a propulsion system, the unit was presented as a gift to Loudon, who liked the way it looked and had recently donated a significant sum to the university.
I mean, it feels like a museum with some very strange things in it. Can we But we don't have Spock, we have Scotty. So do I actually have a bag? No, I don't even have a bag. Odd. Let's look at some of this then.
The Klingon console looks operational, but without a ship attached, it's hard to tell. Written on the plaque, this is a control console from a Klingon warbird, the Klarg, which was salvaged from the battle wreckage near Crimmins 8.
Think you could make that work, Mr. Scott?
Of course, Captain. But it's not like I'll ever have to.
Do you think that's foreshadowing? So can we, like, use Scott on that?
This looks interesting.
I realize the temptation is there, but I don't think the museum wants you rewiring exhibits, Mr. Scott.
Disappointing. Hopefully they'll let us do it in a bit. Right, that looks like a photon torpedo.
Low and sleek, this space vehicle has a Spartan look. Written on the plaque, this is the escape pod in which the famous smuggler known as the Black McKiernan was captured. Unable to outrun his pursuers, McKiernan tried to escape in the pod as he blew up his ship, hoping the authorities would think he had perished. The pod had been specially constructed of expensive metalloceramic alloys to withstand such an escape tactic. Unfortunately for McKiernan, the pursuit included a trailing scout ship looking for a backtracking maneuver, and when the smiling smuggler opened the hatch thinking he'd made planetfall, he was treated to the inside view of a Federation cruiser's shuttle bay.
Cool.
This was a sensor diagram from the Remembrance, an early Terran interstellar craft.
I don't think they mean Terran, because I thought Terran meant like stuff in the mirror universe rather than Earth, but I think, did they even call it back when they made these games? I don't know.
The plaque reads, a failed experiment in Habis robotics. The Green Mark 6 was one of those ideas where the original concept might have been sound, but the follow-ups were too much. Planned as a simple cargo handler, attempts were made at increasing its function and therefore its flexibility. Unfortunately, proposed missions such as security were well beyond its recognition systems and processors. One small piece of lasting notoriety was that the Mark 6 was one of the first Habis robotic uses of room temperature superconducting wiring. While the wiring concept went forward, little else of this robot did.
Yeah. I was talking about superconducting wiring this morning in a podcast with Spanners, the Remain Indoors podcast, because someone has made some superconducting room temperature superconductor. Just needs to be under the same pressure as the centre of Jupiter or something. So minor issues, but still cool.
This brings back some memories. I think this was the type of docking ring I saw the first time I was allowed to bring a ship in.
That must have been a very long time ago, Captain.
Not that long, Mr. Chekhov, thank you.
Right, so it looks like that room's empty. That's room 5, I guess? Okay, so Terran is also used for things beyond. Yeah, it's in Discovery. It's definitely I'm Terran was a big reveal to Pike, but then Pike just sort of smiled and said, "I'd already worked it out," kind of thing. I mean, I feel we're stalling time.
The plaque on the old machine reads, an early experimental transporter. The Murnane 8 was from a time before transporters were safe for travel by living beings.
Oh, hi, Ed.
Constructed to be a frequently modified test bed, the Murnane 8 had only a small loading bay. The destination controls were also still in testing, making the use of this transporter as much art as science.
Yeah, that sounds bad. Don't know where you're going to end up.
Hulking consoles ring the room, making the raised pedestal stand out even more. This EVA suit was worn by Ivan Petrovsky, a late 21st century Terran astronaut during the famous Commonwealth mission. Petrovsky used this suit to dock with the damaged spacecraft SS Commonwealth and saved the vessel from certain destruction in orbit around Mars.
Petrovsky? Isn't that a Russian name?
I don't think so, Mr. Chekhov.
I sincerely doubt it, laddie.
Really? I would have sworn it was Russian.
Maybe we just need to wander into some more rooms rather than checking every single thing, because it really is a museum. Till I miss the vital clue I need.
I'm sorry, this door is for museum personnel only. Have a nice day.
Captain Kirk and party, please report to the curator's office, please. Captain Kirk and party, please report to the curator's office.
That's suspicious.
I hope you enjoyed your tour, gentlemen. Please join me. Would you mind if the first toast with the Kazakhstanian was to the Enterprise?
Curator, why isn't that Brezhnev cognac?
For heaven's sakes, Chekhov, don't interrupt a man on the verge of toasting the best ship in the fleet with the finest cognac on this side of the galaxy.
My apologies.
Questions later, then. The toast. Here's to the Starship Enterprise.
Something's going to go wrong, right? Oh, red alert.
What could this be?
A conspiracy, if you ask me, Captain.
Let me pull this up on screen. They've destroyed my camera. Well, let's see how they deal with our other security systems.
Yeah, that's bad. And we don't have a medical tricorder. I don't have an inventory, so I can't even call the ship.
Wish Bones were here. He's out, but I can't tell you how bad it is. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Oh, I forgot that line. I mean, this could kill him at any moment. Oh no, he's good at his
Not
job.
much of a trap, really. Fixed it up with a wee change of wiring.
That looks like something I can pick up. I don't know why I need it.
The large lance shows somewhere.
Don't know what I need it for. Just take everything.
I feel rather bad about this, Captain.
I do too, Scotty, but it's always surprising what you need in an emergency.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
No effect. No effect.
If anyone's played Skyrim or any of the other Elder Scrolls games, that is literally going around looting every single thing you can use. So, you know, it pays off. As long as no one sees you nick it.
I wonder if we can get any other information out of the security system.
Tom, no, you haven't missed anything too bad. Oh, we seem to have got a bag now. That's good. Ah, because we've actually got stuff. Beam down, discover that Cognac's Russian under some strange plot elements. And then red alert happened and everyone got killed. And I stole a lance, because why wouldn't you? Everyone needs to
I've
steal a
gone
lance.
over the system, Captain, and it's a mess. All the security modules are cut off from each other. When the curator touched the panel, it set off triggers all over the museum. Somebody had a lot of access to things.
And we don't know who they are, what they want, or how long we have to stop them.
Everyone should love Skyrim. So, getting that panel working did me what good? We've tried everything. Well, can we use this one?
This is helpful. There's a button under the edge of the desk when the curator wants to open the door.
So just use desk and it will open the door? Aha! You don't love Skyrim, Chris. I'm sorry for you. Did you love Oblivion and not like Skyrim, or did you just not like any of the Elder Scrolls games? Ooh, we never looked at what this is.
This glass birdhouse is the nesting place of a Brecnerian swallow.
No, we've got dodgy Wi-Fi, so it might not just be you, Ed. Yeah, so Ed, what I'm saying is I'm
Captain, what will we do when we get to the other room and the door closes?
ah.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
You just asked you why the doors are locked. Yeah, I mean Skyrim's what Skyrim is. Let's see if we can use this guy for a moment.
I wish Bones were here. He's out,
Okay,
but I can't tell you how bad it is.
So, Jamie's got a great story about Skyrim, but he got so excited
No,
and he
I
ran
don't
off.
think that's necessary. No,
He,
I don't think that's necessary.
He completed most of the game without ever starting the main quest, so everyone kept complaining about the dragons, but they never appeared in his game. It was an interesting moment. So
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
feels like I should be able to use a lance on a door, but they won't let me out.
Captain, what will we do when we get to the other room and the door closes?
I mean, since you're toy back Chekhov, do I give it to you?
Yes, very impressive.
What have I actually got? So I've got a lance, and I've got...
A rather large bottle of Kazakhstanian cognac.
So... yeah. See, there's a thing to hit there.
This seems pointless.
Okay, thank you.
This seems pointless.
It's weird that, because he's like saying we need to lock the door open. Maybe I need to put this here now?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
I mean, the cognac's not
No,
gonna work.
I don't think that's necessary.
Jamie, being a glitch is not a bad thing. Quite a cool character in Wreck-It Ralph, isn't it? Glitch. He wanted to go home. So that's an option. Can you... Yeah, so, Tom, I was thinking jamming this pole under
No,
it.
I don't think that's necessary.
I mean, I think shutting the door is not a useful thing. Can I get one of these guys?
I don't understand what you want me to do, Captain.
No, I'm not sure I know what they want to do either, Scotty. Oh, can make him do that. That might be something. Yeah, I'm not sure I need a Scotty to push the button, but you know, it's good to know it's not use of Scotty's skills, as it were. So what we need to do, and hints if you've got any in the chat,
No, I don't think that's necessary.
we're stuck at the first room because Chekhov will stop us from going out. Jam the door. That's Scotty, not just any red shirt, but
I don't understand what you want me to do, Captain.
ask Chekhov to stand there.
This is a bit beyond me, Captain.
What happened? Maybe I should look at that.
A rather worn lance.
Yeah, I mean, Scotty's a red shirt who couldn't die. Well, that's basically it, wasn't it? I mean, I can't keep clicking.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay, is there anything else in the room I haven't tried picking up?
No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect.
Oh, maybe?
No, I don't think that's
I
necessary.
don't think it was either. Can we do anything
Mr.
with the
Chekhov,
shield?
see if you can wedge that knight under the door.
Yes, Captain.
How was I meant to get that? I mean, Chekhov is a legend with his knight wedging
There,
abilities,
that should hold the door open.
but he does seem to block the door. It's not really red, he just washed it with his socks. Sorry for taking so long. Yeah, and the lag means I get it like
I think
a
I'll
little
leave this
after.
machine to the experts.
I don't understand what you want me to do, Captain.
Oh, you all happy to play? Oh, you do want to play.
It's working fine. Just doesn't have anything to control right now.
I guess we need some cables for that.
I've looked this beastie over, and the only things we might be able to use are the capacitors. I've taken them out. They'll soak up a wee bit of power before releasing it.
That slide was amazing. I mean, is it just a case of telling Scotty to use every single thing we
This
can?
machine is putting out a fair amount of power.
So if that's putting out fat power, I can probably connect that to the lasers, can't I? I don't... This is a computer we can't use because it's too hot. So I'm guessing... not
Security
yet.
lockdown is in effect. Please enter access code. Incorrect access code. Access denied.
Oh, that's concerning. So the code is not 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the code on the luggage and airplane?
Security lockdown is in effect.
Yeah,
Please enter access code.
I think there is a setting to...
Incorrect
which I thought I
access
had on,
code.
that makes
Access
Twitch
denied.
cut down the lag, but... is it Spaceballs? It's not airplane. Getting my 80s pop culture references wrong. What's up with me? I'm a terrible human being for that. So there's got to be an access code, so maybe use this to see if we can find the access code. Let's just keep going forever. 3 seconds is good.
I wonder if we can get any other information out of the security system.
Can we get any other information out of the system? That's what I want to do. Why would you walk away over there? I'm sure I've tried this though. On this on the table with the glasses, it doesn't seem to let me. That was the cognac.
I don't think there's anything else I can find here, Captain.
Okay, that's interesting. Try to check off on there then. The tray. I'll give that a grab after Chekhov has done his thing.
I don't think the door will close with that knight in the way.
Oh, everyone can push the button. Everyone's a genius for that button. I mean, we haven't tried the Vulcan machine yet. Ooh, you're right. We can pick up the tray.
This is a very expensive silver tray.
Bonus marks. So the five interactable. So when I was setting it up on this laptop here, let's just go out the door. I was trying to sort out the graphics of the stream, and you can get the engine to up the resolution, but it makes everything really soft. It makes it look pretty, but I was really worried it'd make all the interactables disappear, so I put onto the standard just double the pixel option. So what did I actually just pick up other than an expensive silver tray? Ooh, I've got some capacitors
A
too.
standard silver serving tray.
What happens if I use a capacitor with the energy thing?
The capacitor should charge very quickly.
Two
The
capacitors in a
capacitor
silver
should
tray?
charge very quickly.
I reckon that would make something interesting.
It conducts electricity fine, but silver's not so hot with magnetism. We'll be lucky to launch it off the end of the table.
Right, so let's just see what happens if Scotty goes and plays with this.
Well, it's not like anyone's likely to be using this monstrosity soon, so I pulled out the only things we might be able to use. It's not much, only some heat-resistant wiring and a cable.
So, what do we need to wire? Is it says there's something else in the first room? Well, let's see if I can...
No, I don't think that's necessary.
I think it is necessary.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay. Are these charged?
An old-style phaser cannon capacitor. It is currently uncharged.
This machine is putting out a fair amount of power.
Mr. Scott would know more about this machine.
Is Mr. Scott... Ooh. Ah, that's actually on a timer.
Chekhov takes the capacitor off of the Aurora generator.
I don't think we've had things
Chekhov
on
takes the
timers before.
capacitor off of the Aurora generator.
Yeah, thanks, Chris, for not spending too long at the... Can we be
No,
used?
I don't think that's necessary.
Into not paying any attention, Chris. That's the problem. So the buttons there. Strange thing there doesn't do anything. That cat doesn't work. Birdies I haven't worked out what to do with. Stole the cognac. Oh, maybe there's something more there.
This seems pointless.
Oh, that's fairly blunt. The glasses are there, which you wouldn't. It's all lights up down here. Computer screen there. Chair.
A small conference table and chairs.
Behind Scotty's head. Is there something on underneath where the cognac was?
No effect. No effect.
There was a bottle there I got already. Oh, I saw that.
I wonder what this is for.
Should click on more. Just look at what that says.
The note on the paper reads, Bresnia, VVSOP 2123.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought it was just like the stand that the bottle was on. I didn't think to click again.
Security lockdown is in effect. Please enter access code.
Okay, so I can type in really long things, though.
Incorrect access code. Access denied.
So do I need the whole of that code? Because that was quite long.
A standard silver serving tray.
Silver serving tray. That's not
The
what
note
we're
on the
looking
paper reads, Bresnia, VVSOP 2123.
for. This is what... Oh, let's try using Ed's idea, and then I'm going to try using the photograph.
The note
voice.
on the paper reads,
No, I don't think that's necessary.
No, can't just use paper.
No, I
dot.
don't think that's necessary.
The note on the paper reads, Bresnia, VVSOP
So-
2123.
Right, so... I'm actually going to open this door first, because this was a dead end.
Security
And
lockdown
less
is
likely to
in
get me killed.
effect. Please enter access code.
Let's not die. Okay. I don't know if this is like... I suspect that's just like the name of the guy or something. So you probably don't need that. 2123.
Incorrect access code. Access denied.
Isn't that the name of the cognac? Ooh. You're not going to do that.
Security lockdown is in effect. Please enter access code.
VVSOP 2123.
Security lock deactivated.
Cool. Right, I'm actually going to try and remember how to save then.
Save new game. Save
Okay.
cancel. Replace previous.
Streams. Oh. Boris Bresnia. I recognise the word, yeah, so Bresnia was just trying to his username. Don't leave us! Don't leave! Right, let's get Scotty on some more of his stuff to break it. That's what Scotty does, right? And there was superconducting in here.
Everything on this pod's too tight. I need the proper tools. I was able to get one loose access panel, but I'm not sure what we can do with it.
I'm just a simple captain, not an engineer. I'll let one of you handle this.
I mean, you could... Is that
Low and sleek, this space vehicle has a...
useful? Maybe stick batteries on it? That seems a bad idea.
This is a bizarre piece of machinery. I wonder what it was designed for.
So you can nick stuff from it? That's what I want to do. That's all you seem to have done with everything so far.
I think either one of you could do.
I'm not sure if I understand.
Why, Mr. Scott, you're the engineer. You figure it out.
Okay. If I just take Scott and use him, does it work? Yeah. I do dislike the
Most of this
minigame.
is just too massive to move around. But we've got some nice magnetic clamps here.
Always wanted a magnetic clamp.
I would love to see the sensors that originally fed data to this diagram, Captain.
Let's try to check.
Nice diagram.
Good diagram. Let's see if Chekhov can do something with this.
I can't imagine what this machine could be good for.
It had high temperature superconductors. I got excited by them. Right. Can I grab whatever's
No
in here?
effect. No effect.
No.
This is not exactly my area of expertise.
Yeah, well, you haven't done anything useful with any of it on that, so... Right.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Clamp... Magnets. What's that? I don't know, half the stuff in my inventory now is...
A protective panel salvaged from an escape pod.
Got that protective panel. The wire.
U-shaped magnetic clamps.
I'm not sure why we want clamps, but... Sorry, it's not... So I think, from what it said with the silver plate...
I don't see much use to that.
Okay.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
There's something magnetic about the silver plate when I tried it.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Can we just put them on here?
Captain, shouldn't we have a plan first before we start throwing things around?
My plan was to kill people before the door opened. That was a good plan, I thought. I don't have a deep plan. I mean, I've played games where the only thing you get to achieve is a rubber chicken and a pulley, so... We never got wherever I thought ahead. So, can these go
No,
here?
I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Captain, shouldn't we have a plan?
I want to magnetize the,
I don't understand, Captain. Why would we do that?
Can we make catapult the,
A standard 350 micron interface cable.
the soldier's armor? That would be fun, but I guess we won't. Ooh, can we magnetize the lance?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Are we trying to harpoon it, Captain?
Yes! Okay. Let's try and open up
No
the next door.
effect. No effect. Chekhov takes the capacitor. Chekhov takes the capacitor off of the Aurora generator.
Right, where did I put that photo?
No effect.
Let's see if it works on this door, and then we'll die horrifically because we'll have
Security lockdown is in
phases
effect.
behind it.
Please enter access code.
Photos. VV something. Caps lock does not apparently work. VVSOP 2123.
Authorization code correct. Warning. Malfunction in security authorization. Access denied.
Put it in
It
chat for me,
appears that
thanks.
the terrorists do not want any visitors.
In fairness, it was either that or the terrorists would kill us.
Captain, when you were in school, did you ever make a tennis ball cannon?
Of course, Mr. Scott, it's a dormitory tradition. Empty cans, tape, and a little propellant. If I remember my formula, but what's that got to do with our situation?
I was standing here looking at the cannon and thought maybe we could use the same idea to get through that wee door.
We're going to knock down the door with a tennis ball.
I'm sure Scotty had something else in mind. You did, didn't you, Mr. Scott?
Aye, Captain. In an engineering dorm, that's for freshmen only. As you move along, you get into bigger and better versions.
We'll use a big tennis ball?
No, laddie. I was thinking since we cannot fix the phaser here, maybe we could build some sort of mass driver. The capacitors on the cannon can discharge a lot of power in a short burst.
Oh, I remember. Using magnetic fields to propel an object faster and faster.
Don't say it, laddie. You didn't invent them.
Of course not. I was going to say we will need an iron tennis ball.
Okay, so now we have a plan. Will it let me do it? And if so, that's really annoying because I just had to talk to Scotty rather than going, oh, yes, that's a good idea. Oh, wow.
We'll
Why don't
still
we
have to
finish-
wire them up, Captain. That's going to be the real job.
This is a really
Actually,
bad
Captain,
idea.
I don't think these will do. They'd survive firing the beastie, but they don't carry enough current for what we're likely to need.
I'm sure we could find something that would work in this place.
I'm guessing this is a fancy cable.
It won't do us any good to hook it up to the panel until everything is wired up.
Ah, okay, so we know what that's... So we're looking for...
We'll need to set up a magnetic field before we can place the lance.
You have all the items, just use the
No,
right
I don't
order.
think that's necessary.
It conducts electricity fine, but silver's not so hot with magnetism. We'll be lucky to launch it off the end of the table.
Yeah, so if we put these on now... I think we're doing something. Might get there. Right, and then we need... So I'm thinking it could just be grumpy about the
Actually,
order.
Captain, I don't think these will do.
I'm sure we could find something that would...
No, I don't think that's necessary.
We need a magnetic field. I haven't tried
This
that
is
yet.
mostly ceramic, Captain. Not likely to work well.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
It won't do us any good to hook it up to the panel.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay, so that's just grumpy. Right, so I'm probably missing something. So that hooks it up. That won't let me work to the magnetism. Wires melt. But it says that's a good conductor. Can we combine like two of these things to make a part?
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that...
Right, so... Use Chekhov on this. 'Cause it said it was a two unintegrated computer.
There's nothing left here, Captain.
Okay, we did that. You need red wires. Well, I tried Chekhov on all these things, so I think I
Not
only
much I
trust
can do
Scotty.
with it, Captain. It's not connected to anything.
We've got 2 rooms.
I think this is nothing but a hulk now, Captain.
Yeah, so there's the room we started in, and then there's this room, and then there's a room down. But I got the magnetic clamps from here. So this is superconducting wires in it.
I'm just a simple captain, not an engineer.
But don't think we gave...
We should get some of these for the Enterprise, Captain. It's a good vehicle.
I'll grant you it's a good little craft, Chekhov, but we'll never need escape vehicles in the Enterprise.
I mean... Why wouldn't... So... No one will touch this.
can't imagine what this machine could be good for.
Maybe Kirk will hit it.
This is not exactly my area.
They don't want to touch it, I think.
This is a bizarre piece of machine.
We did say we had some better tools, we could work on that. Oh, we haven't tried the cognac. That's a ridiculous thing to have to use though, isn't it? They need some better wire. Capacitor on... We got the capacitors. Or is it actually the capacitors also on that machine? Is it... Oh, it's not one of these things where I'm just clicking on the wrong...
This is not exactly my area.
part of the machine. It's not...
I can't imagine what this machine could be good for.
Ah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I wouldn't... Well, it would take me a while to work that out. Yeah, the capacitors I'm charging. Sort of gave up on using them and stuff because that was... It kept telling me that was a stupid idea.
Chekhov takes the capacitor off of the Aurora generator. Chekhov takes the capacitor off of the Aurora generator.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely doable, but it's not... If it's getting to the point you're just rubbing everything against everything else. And why Kirk does it. I don't know what that's doing.
That has to be one of the most useless robots I've ever seen.
Badly designed, Captain.
It's not going to help us, is it?
Only in a dance contest, Mr. Chekhov.
I mean, they could have said it's still functioning. We need some power. That would
You
have been
take
clear.
the capacitor out of the robot. No effect.
Now, if I get one, it will really annoy me if now when I get one of these people to go work on it, they go, oh yeah, just take the wires out.
There's no way anyone could fix this piece of junk. No.
Okay, I've been trying to get those wires from it for, what, 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Oh well. Right, let's use the wires then. Because, why?
Captain, I'll need a little help positioning the clamps correctly while wiring them. Captain, push harder. I'll need these tighter to get more power.
I'm giving it all I got, Scotty.
I'm sure the childbirthing thing was... Yeah, I got wires by putting the capacitors in the robot. So the wires I've been trying to get out the robot, because it said it has superconducting wires, I had to break the robot to get.
The capacitor should charge very quickly.
Actually, Captain, I don't think...
I'm sure we could find some.
Okay. Ooh, ha. Mouse on my hoodie, not the green. Right. So can I put the lance in here now? So you said to get the wires.
One projectile ready to go, Captain.
Right, let's put the other capacitor on here, because I'm sure more power is better. And the interface lead.
We are hooked up here, Captain.
To the Klingon terminal, I wasn't expecting it to go there, but yeah, we'll take that. Right, I think I'm going to
Save new game. Replace previous. Delete previous.
delete some games.
Save new game. Delete previous. Save new game.
Stream 17, it seems. Right, okay. Wait for the capacitor to charge, or just go for it?
This should be interesting.
Oh, okay. In fairness, I probably should have charged the capacitors fully, shouldn't I?
pick the lance up off.
Give it time. So what do we want to do whilst we wait?
One projectile ready to go, Captain.
Yep. Both you and Tom exactly at the same moment go, yep, where's walk in front of the gun? Makes me wonder, do you have a long experience of making weapons? Okay, this might fail again, but I'm a
Thank
bit
you,
more
Captain.
optimistic.
This should be fun.
Yeah. Didn't even drain the capacitors, apparently. It's not how capacitors work usually. Oh no, there they are. Just leave them to charge then. Get wrecked. Oh, we did more than the door from the looks
The
of it.
spacesuit.
We made a bit of a mess here, didn't we? We had no choice. Remember, who's really at fault here?
That we will, Captain.
I'm so using that excuse. We made a mess here, but remember who's really at fault. And just not explain who it is. Just, it's a way to live your life. So is this where I now get Scotty to just break everything again?
I don't think McCoy would like this transporter, Captain. Even I would not want to use this one.
You not use a piece of equipment? Why not, Mr. Scott?
This little beastie put out a wee bit of energy discharge during transport. You've heard of the Heisenberg uncertainty principle.
Of course, Mr. Scott.
Well, this is the Mulligan certainty field, guaranteed to do bad things to you even Dr. McCoy cannot fix. You can block the radiation, but she's not something I'd want to play with unless I absolutely had to. You'd have to repair the wires anyway. And the power unit's been pulled out too.
Repair the wires and power unit. Well, the awful technology.
I don't want to use up the resources without a plan, Captain. It's certain we cannot get inside the transporter.
See, this is what I like. Items you can pick up that look slightly different.
The gas canister is a bit beat up from the fall, but still functional.
The curator mentioned these were in each room.
We could open the door and spray it on the terrorists.
If it's fast enough to stop them from using their phasers, it'll stop us too.
And they'd get a warning if the door started
Teleport
to open.
it.
Time enough to put the hostages in jeopardy.
Yep. We want to teleport it through. Yeah, it's funny, I got trained how to use guns at school. A weird thing about my school, they decided to teach us basic gun handling, how to strip down a cadet rifle, rebuild it, and how to shoot it. It's never come useful in life, but the main thing
Security
was
lockdown is in effect.
don't point guns in
Please
people's faces.
enter access code.
Where's that code gone? Scroll back, scroll back, scroll back, scroll back. Oh, scroll back too far. VVSOP 2123. Okay. Something weird happened there with my computer. Let's give that a go.
Incorrect access code. Access denied.
So what just happened is it, on my screen, I don't know how many yours, it let me type, but the letters weren't coming up.
Security lockdown is in effect. Please enter access code.
Ah, that's better. VVSOP 2123. New stuff to randomly loot from. That's good. Don't know what this is, but you can
No
pick up.
effect. No effect.
Can't pick up. So,
We can't have it do anything until we get it running.
it's gonna break everything, Scott.
The access panel is stuck, Captain. I don't think any of us are strong enough to pull it free.
That looks like it's gonna electrocute you, mate.
This is an odd beastie, Captain. I'm not even sure how they powered this thing. It'd take days to begin to understand it.
You, Scotty?
I'm only human, Captain.
We don't know what these things are yet either, do we? Which is,
The plaque reads, "The Dunkelberger Automated Worker Mark 12 was a successful entry in the early days of automated labor. The Mark 12 was designed to function as a cargo helper, allowing small manufacturers to cheaply compete against large corporations. Due to their small size, reliability, and obedience, these robots were often treated like pets and given names that were incorporated into their response systems. This particular version was called Barney."
okay, if it purple dinosaur references aren't allowed. So I'm going to stick the capacitors into everything at some point.
The schematics for a Dunkelberger Automated Worker Mark 12.
They were not a bad machine, but sort of an evolution.
I don't think we've seen the last of compact mobile automation, Mr. Scott.
I cannot agree, Mr. Chekhov. Automated systems technology makes these robots little better than toys.
But perhaps one day,
There are definitely advantages to having an informed and opinionated crew, but this conversation is not showing it.
That's bizarre. That's just like, yeah, you're both idiots. So I'm pretty sure we want to
It'll
teleport the
take me
gas
at
in.
least another hour, Captain.
Scotty?
Sorry, Captain. I thought you said something to me.
I think we need to teleport that gas cylinder into the other place, but until they let me know we got a plan, I don't think they'll let me know, kind of thing.
You think Uhura would like it if we swapped this one for hers?
Scotty, I never took you for having a death wish.
Actually, Captain, this one's not in bad shape. They took the transmitting gear and she's got no power, but other than that, she's in fine condition. They run a ship-shaped museum here.
So let's go and get the capacitors back. Hopefully they've charged and just stick them into everything. Oh, so I broke everything else.
Chekhov takes the capacitor off.
Pick up this one.
Chekhov takes.
Can we pick the cable up?
No effect. No effect.
Right, will it let me use the canister with the teleporter? Will that trigger the conversation?
maybe we should wait until Mr. Scott has it fixed, Captain.
Well, I asked him to, and he said maybe we should wait till we have a plan. Oh, we do have
It
a
wasn't
plan.
easy, but the wiring's fixed, Captain.
It's never easy, is it, Mr. Scott?
Aye, Captain.
I think we've broken the chargers because that wasn't... They're not charged.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
I do.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
There's only a wee bit of juice in this capacitor, but I think it'll be enough to power up the robot. It's a tight squeeze, Captain. I don't think we'll be able to get it back out once it's in. Should I go ahead and do it?
We could use the help, Mr. Scott. Not yet, Mr. Scott. We could use the help, Mr. Scott.
I'm going for it. Might go horribly wrong.
You get no response.
Barney, open the pod bay door.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. Yeah, 2001 would not work if they named the computer Barney.
No effect. No effect.
Let's just go to... Did you see Netflix are remaking Barney?
I knew it.
It's a
They
dark,
forgot to
gritty
take
drama.
out the fuel cell. That fusion reactor always scares people enough that they forget the backup cell. It's dry now. You'd need to wet this beauty down and get a catalyst in her.
How does one wet down a cell? Oh, with cognac. Did he just not
No
take it out?
effect.
I mean, it seems a bit weird, but cognac.
I hate to see a sweet liquid used for something other than tasting, but at least it'll work a fair bit in here.
Can you use it now?
We need something to act as a catalyst and something as a contact between the electrolyte and gas, Captain.
I mean, electrolyte silver?
It's a good thing to build in so much flexibility. The silver isn't a bad catalyst and will act as a contact too.
Okay.
I don't understand what you want me to do, Captain.
I mean, we just put all this time putting it together. Do we do something with it?
You remove the silver tray.
No, I don't want to remove the silver tray. I want to use...
No, I don't think that's necessary.
No, I don't know what plants crave.
It's a good thing to build in so much flexibility.
This seems pointless.
This is a bit beyond me, Captain.
I don't understand what you want me to do, Captain.
Why have we done all this stuff?
This seems pointless.
I should get Mr. Scott to look at this.
Yeah, electrolyte. I mean,
We'd be pressing our luck letting it poke around in there, Captain.
I'm probably missing something.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Maybe the capacitor will work?
All hooked up and charging, Captain.
It's funny because every step it told me what to do and then it didn't. But that's what we're doing. We're just trying to get the capacitor. Oh. I didn't know why we were doing it. It was to charge the battery. That was me not being smart. But yeah. So I think we just wait for it to charge.
An old-style phaser cannon capacitor. This display is all glistening angles of crystal. Written on the plaque, an early example of the crystalline computers developed.
Useless computer.
I don't know how this works, but looking at it reminds me of the time when I was a boy working on my first electronics project. I built one of those old crystal radios. Maybe this computer somehow projects its answers into your mind.
It may be just looking at the crystals made you remember that, Captain.
It's possible. Are you now practicing psychology, Mr. Scott?
Oh no, Captain. I'm just a simple country engineer.
Ooh, things charged.
I don't know how this works, but look,
It may be just...
it's possible.
Oh no, Captain.
Right, okay. So that's not going anywhere.
All ready to go, Captain.
No effect.
Okay. Doors red, I think.
It's in there, Captain.
I mean, what do you need? Power? Wire? Mulligan?
Maybe we should wait until Mr. Scott has it fixed, Captain.
Have you fixed it, Scott? Thought you had.
Captain, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that opening when this thing fires up. We'll still need to block the effects of the transporter.
I think we can do that, though. I think we have a door.
This should work. I hope.
I mean, it would be nice if it actually appeared.
It's inside. We should wait until it's time to transport before we activate the valve.
Good idea, Ensign.
Save new game.
I didn't want to do that. I want to save it over the last one because I doubt I've broken everything since then.
Save new. Replace. Delete. Replace.
Done. Right.
I'd say this piece of equipment would need a professional to operate. No, I don't.
I mean, I would say that, as we've said many times in this game, that Kirk...
That wasn't easy, Captain. I don't think the beastie wanted to give it up.
What, did I just accidentally pick up... Oh, don't tell me I picked up the capacitor.
It's in there, Captain.
No. I wanted to click on use spot to use it.
We're about as ready as we can get, Captain. I'll have the robot open the gas valve and I'll transport on your signal. Shall we give it a go?
Don't know if the door we added is not actually there.
Energize, Mr. Scott. Let's hold off for now. Energize, Mr. Scott.
I'm sure we've missed something really important and we're going to get a terrible commendation like every other time, but hey, if anyone's got... No one's giving me any ideas, so I'm going with it.
I don't understand what you want me to...
I want to open the door.
Security lockdown is in effect. Please enter access code.
The SIP 2123. That's the year of the cognac, isn't it?
The gas worked.
Mr. Chekhov, have Dr. McCoy beam down to make sure the curator and guards are all right. Mr. Scott, lower the museum shields and have a security team beamed aboard. Captain's log supplemental. With the terrorist unconscious, it was an easy matter to turn off the security override. The terrorist turned out to be from another family from Lockheed, the Onakan, a family with a long history of feuding with the Saransi, who also claimed the probe. The probe was the very same probe that discovered Lockean and had enormous symbolic importance to the families on the planet. Curator Brezhnev was treated by Dr. McCoy and is in good health. Commendations are in order for Scott and Chekhov for meritorious service. Lieutenant Uhura, send a message to Admiral Richards. Tell him he owes me more than he thinks he does.
Aye, sir. I have a feeling he's not going to be surprised.
I'm afraid I'm going to remember this mission with a great deal of sadness, Captain.
Why is that, Mr. Scott?
It was such a fine cognac, Captain. It was just waiting for us, and now it's gone forever. Such a waste.
We could have sipped a bit.
You always remember the one that got away.
Sure, Scott.
Captain, message incoming from
Need a whole
Starfleet.
bottle
I see
either.
they got our report. On screen.
I reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. Well done, Kirk. Keep up the good work. I must say, however, your performance is not what we've come to expect from James T. Kirk.
I do wonder
I
what we're
guess we
missing.
all have our off days, Captain.
Every
Kane out.
time. Because we're getting like 100% in the first game. This guy's like, nah. But last time it was often just picking up a random bit of rubbish on the... sitting around.
Captain's log, stardate 6169.3. While delivering supplies to outposts near Klingon and Romulan space, we received a distress signal from the Romulan neutral zone.
On screen, Captain.
This is Sub-Commander Guyon of the Warbird Infinitus. We are under attack. Assist us, please.
Transmission jammed at the source, sir. The transmission originated on the Romulan side of the neutral zone.
Captain, this could be a setup. The Romulans might be trying to lure us into a treaty violation.
We can't interfere in Romulan business. Take us to our next mission.
It could be a time thing. I wonder if it is now penalising us for rubbing the wrong thing against the wrong thing. I don't know.
This day is not going well.
Captain, we have an emergency message from Starfleet. Code 1.
That's a planetary catastrophe.
On screen.
Captain, a very large alien ship is about to land on the planet Atibus in the Klingon neutral zone. The aliens stated that they intend to land in the midst of the capital city. Then the ship cut communications with us. Since then, all attempts to contact the alien craft have failed. You are the closest starship to Atibus. We want you to evaluate the situation and safeguard the colonists. We need you to make contact with the aliens.
Okay. Atomus was it? Let's see if we can find the map. It's a fun bit. Star Trek. Judgement. Right. Map. Okay, let's save because I regularly mess this up.
We're not in orbit, Captain.
No, not teleport. Save.
Save new game.
Right, then we go map. Map. Go map. I thought it was M for map. Right, I think it's this one. If not, we get blown up. Fair risk if you ask me.
Alien ship in sensor range. I detect one Klingon battlecruiser on a parallel course.
The Klingon commander is hailing us.
On screen.
Greetings, Enterprise. Welcome to Atomus. I am Captain Kla.
What are you doing here? And I am Captain Kirk. Greetings yourself. I take it that this is not your vessel. What are you doing here? And I am Captain Kirk. Greetings yourself.
Let's be nice.
I appreciate your courtesy, Captain. I wish to inform you that we mean the colonists no harm. You have my word that I intend to take no action against them. As you know, this is neutral space. I have as much right to be here as you. If you do not question this right, I believe that we are capable of bridging any misunderstandings that might arise in this delicate situation. I have always admired the Federation's diplomatic abilities. I believe we both have more important matters on our minds. Until later, Captain.
Well, it never rains, but pours. Mr. Sulu, take us into a parallel course with the alien ship.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Not very Klingon. They have a big ship. With lights that look like it's going to kill people.
Sensors appear to be experiencing malfunctions. Fascinating. Some anomalous readings are reoccurring. That would indicate that the ship itself is changing in unexpected ways. I have no explanation for the phenomenon. I have found at least one area that is suitable for transport.
That's not convincing.
No response from the alien ship, sir. Perhaps their communication system is malfunctioning? The Klingons regret that they are too busy to resume communications at this time.
Yeah, so I also wonder if it's things like that, just talking to Uhura I haven't done. Because some missions they certainly have counted.
We're beaming aboard the alien vessel. Have Dr. McCoy meet us in the transporter room. Spock, come with me. Lieutenant Uhura, if its communication system is malfunctioning, then we'll need you.
Yes, Captain.
Mr. Scott, you have the comm.
Ooh, do we get like... Ah. I like the extra characters. Okay, that does not look cool. Oh, it's good having stuff back there.
His mental activity is very high, but doesn't seem pathologic, Jim. Respiratory activity indicates a high degree of anxiety by comparison with others of his race. Now, that much stress is unhealthy if this is a chronic state.
What race are they?
Slightly undernourished, sluggish pulmonary and circulatory conditioning. Doesn't get nearly enough exercise, I'd say. Brainwave activity uneven. I'd need a battery of tests to be sure. This is a complete new race after all, but he may be suffering from some blood chemistry imbalances, likely to be affecting his mind.
No effect. No effect.
It doesn't... I mean...
No effect.
You talk to him, I guess.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. What's going on here? Who's in charge?
Nobody's really in charge. Maybe the phase. That's one of the things that makes me so nervous. Nobody's really in charge. I try to take charge of little things like making sure the lights work, I don't like the dark. Are you gonna be in charge now? Maybe you should talk to the Phase first.
The Phase? Why don't you just tell me what's going on here? If you need help, the Federation has many resources. Would you tell me about this ship? Why are you going to land in a town on Antipas? Why didn't you respond to our hail? The Phase? What's the Phase?
Ooh, 1, 2, or 3. It's always difficult. Let's go.
Why don't you? Would you tell me about this ship?
We're going to land? Has the promised time come? I have to think about this. Please don't bother me anymore.
Okay. I'm Captain James T.
Nobody's really in charge. Maybe.
The Phase? What's the Phase?
We contemplate our phase. Some of our people think they're the ones who keep everything going. Sometimes they tell us things to do. They remind some people when to eat. Otherwise, they'd forget. I don't forget, but that's because I'm smart. If you want to, you can probably talk to the Phase in the oratory. The builders built the oratory. The room there to the south, they built the garden north. If you're hungry or if your head ain't feeling right, there's food and such in the hall. Through there, the west door. The rest hall is through the east door, but you might have to wait for one of the beds. The builders were just so logical. They thought of everything. You can go anywhere.
You know, Jim, I don't think there's much more you can tell us. I can take a tricorder reading on him if you think it's appropriate.
I already did that.
Go away. I'm busy. My table must be kept clean.
I actually totally relate to that. I'm the kind of person who needs a table to clean. Which this is not. This is bad. Right. If we're going to have lots of conversations with people who can't hold a conversation, it's just going to get tiring.
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
I'm Stan Bob. Did my mom say I could talk to you?
Probably not.
Why, yes, she did. No, not exactly. We'd like to know what you can tell us about things. I don't know that we've seen your mother. Still, if you can tell us something about what's going on here, we would appreciate knowing it.
Okay, so...
Why, yes, she did. What can you tell us about things
You're
going on?
You're gonna lie?
No, not exactly.
You can say
I don't know
no.
that we've seen your mother. Still, if you can tell us something about what's going on here, we would appreciate knowing it.
Yeah, let me know what you want to do. Lying is bad,
Why, yes,
okay.
No, not exactly.
I don't think my mom would want me to talk to you. Please go away.
Oh, we'll do 3. We'll do 3 as well. Let's see if that works.
Hi there, remember me?
I don't think I should.
Well, it's done. Well, things like that, though, I think will change the rating at the end, but I'm not too worried. Stuff I can pick up. Should have waited.
Get back! I don't recognize you, you strangers! Rakabak, Gormagon, you recognize these people?
No, Tusken, we sure don't.
Keep them away. Keep them away from me.
There's a
They'll
teddy
hurt us.
bear.
They're out to get us, I tell you. Have I ever been wrong?
No, Tusken, you kept us safe, and we keep you safe. We won't let him get you.
You people don't want to come any closer. Honest, I don't want to have to hurt any of you. It's just that Tusken won't like it. I hope you don't mind, but you really have got to stay back.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt you, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
The tricorder informs me that the Klingon boarding crew has just beamed into the adjacent room, Captain.
You are Kirk. I am Kla, Captain of the Power Yar. This is my aide.
These Klingons are so innovative in their introductions.
Shh. I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These are my crew, Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. What can I do for you, Captain Clark?
You can avoid interfering with me or my man as we look around the ship, the same as you.
and with the same air of mutual goodwill, we will avoid interfering with your activities, unless we have cause to think your actions in some way threaten us or the empire we represent.
We do not threaten the Klingon Empire, Captain Klar, nor its legitimate representatives.
Then there will be no difficulties between us, will there? We will leave you to your investigations now and carry on our own. You won't mind if we're in the room, will you?
We'd consider it a mark of our mutual respect, Captain, if you don't get in our way, and we won't get in yours.
Right, that was interesting. Yeah, so Tom, there is a lag, definite lag.
New game.
But yeah, I think I get your messages immediately, but you're delayed on the stream, so you see it come up after sort of double the delay almost.
Replace, delete, cancel, save new game.
Because I have to wait for you to see it before you message me, and then when I reply, you then have to wait for the lag again.
Replace previous.
Because I think they're not going to like me. That's interesting. Pick up the
If you want the bear, you'll have to beat me at this game of chess.
Ah.
Captain, if I may interject, that disparity is something we glimpse throughout this ship.
I was thinking the same thing myself, Lieutenant. I'd like to have a talk with whoever is behind this.
A complex situation. However, check and mate.
How'd you do that? He cheated you, brother. He must have cheated you.
No, that's a legal move. Here, take the bear. I promised, and I do what I say.
I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game.
That's interesting choice.
I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game.
We have a teddy bear though, what more could we want?
Gormagon is one of the healthier individuals on this ship. Except for emotional stress, probably the result of being bullied by his buddies here. He's reasonably sound in mind and body. If I had to, I'd feel confident about treating him medically. Like so many others aboard this ship, he's the victim of developmental genetic damage. A chromosomal misalignment induces a greater inclination to violence. I wouldn't feel confident enough to treat him medically without the full database of the Enterprise systems.
I'm not sure about science. But anyway,
Jim, he has fairly extensive brain damage and may be causing paranoid delusions. It's also resulting in increased levels of hostility. His adrenaline levels run quite high, and there's been organ damage from the extreme stress.
Oop, didn't mean to do that then.
No unusual readings, which...
But they said if we went forward, there'd be a noise, so let's not annoy them for now. Let's go this way. Can we go this way? Can we go this way? Ah, that's like a king almost.
I don't see how these can help us, Captain. I don't see how these can help us, Captain.
I mean, generally you hear I don't see how anything can help us, but you know.
Methinks you peasants should know your place and speak only when royalty speaks first to you.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Shakesy.
What can you tell me about this play? Can I play with the blocks, Jacobson? Can you smile for me? Can I play
Let's
with
play
the blocks?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
Right. This is Neo peasant. Ooh. It's a really weird map, this.
We are just here to look around, Captain. I'm sure you don't mind.
Would it matter if we did?
Your doctor's discourtesy, though indirect, does no credit to your party, Captain Kirk. I would have expected better when we have done nothing to warrant rudeness.
We need not interfere with one another's activities, I think.
Give the king the teddy or give the Klingons the teddy? I know you're a bit lagged.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
I mean, it's a giant plant. It's incredibly unusual.
My aide and I are merely observing both you and conditions on this ship. Should I have an observation to share with you, I will certainly not hesitate to do so.
Right, well... Can you do anything with that?
I do not see the logic in that action.
I'll give a teddy to the guy with blocks. I mean... Yeah, why not? Yep. Makes sense. Anything else?
You get blocks now?
He gathers together the blocks and gives them out to you.
I mean, I don't know why I wanted blocks.
Multicolored blocks, suitable for a simple sliding.
I guess someone really will want blocks with it. Oh, they're gone.
A column of iridescent sparkles and shimmers, punctuated by floating bubbles of colored light, dances around and within a barely visible central support frame. Gazing at it relaxes you and brings a mild but pleasant sense of peace and calm.
Captain, we have just been thoroughly and efficiently scanned.
Please identify yourselves.
Ah, the face.
You haven't been in to see me before, have you?
I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These others are my crew. Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. Who are you?
We are the Fays. Did not your parents speak of me?
Captain, note that it identifies itself only erratically in the singular I, and a blend of voices typifies its communication.
Are you suggesting it is a hive mind, Mr. Spock? Or is the voice synthesizer simply programmed for a harmonic chord of voices?
Inconclusive. It may also be that an array of otherwise independent machines have been linked to provide the requisite computing power, although that is an antique and unsophisticated method of achieving this level of intelligence at odds with the overall level of sophistication and evidence. I suggest we pay close attention to both its actions and its words.
Fays, why would our parents have spoken to you?
I am here to care for all of you, Kirk. It is easier for me to care for you when you are younger, but sometimes one's parents are forgetful. We understand. I will care for you now. You will feel better after you eat.
Great.
Creepy voice.
A food-fixating, mothering computer.
It could, in fact, be very much that.
Fays, you're about to land on a planet inhabited by sentients in the middle of a settlement. If you are in control of this vessel, you must stop. You must not land there.
You will feel better after you eat, dear. Run along now. I'm very busy.
I'm not convinced by this. I don't think we should eat the food. Just to guess that food is bad. Bad. Right, yeah, don't eat. I'm with you, Tom. Medical tricorder on the person.
She's cataleptic, Jim. Completely submerged within her mind. Completely withdrawn from external stimuli. If I were to put her arm up in the air, it would stay there until I moved it back down.
Psychological damage or something physical?
I can't be sure, even with rather extensive tests, but from the tricorder readings, I would say some psychological shock ruptured an inherently fragile cognitive structure. In ancient times, they would have said she was skittish or prone to a nervous breakdown, a weak mind. There are a myriad of childhood developmental blind alleys that might restrict her adult pattern creation, representation,
Bones, stop. You're starting to sound like Spock.
You do not have to be insulting, Captain.
I just don't feel like there's puzzles here.
You succeed in cutting your fingers and bleeding profusely from the many tiny capillaries in your hands.
I don't even know what that was I was trying to pick up.
Fragments of what looks like glass glitter sharply, reflecting iridescent gleams like oil floating on water. Some fragments are larger and some...
Okay. Well, I'm not feeling very confident in anything in this story, this mission. Oh, we're back here. Which is weird, because, Oh. Oh, we can give those blocks to that guy. Just, I mean, makes sense anything else.
I'm not going to talk to you.
Book by the plant. I think I tried picking up some books and it didn't go very well, but...
No effect.
Yeah, no effect.
No effect.
It's weird. I was like that Harry Mudd one and just wander around and somehow we did it without really knowing. Yeah, that's true. We have spoken to his mum. Probably.
I don't see how these can help us get...
What is that?
A book. A book.
Maybe this guy wants some blocks. They look all a bit childish.
He looks at you oddly and ignores you.
It's a fair option. Yeah, that's what's heading back now. I thought someone's going to want these blocks, and I can't, unless it's like a specific hole in an instrument. Don't see what they're going to be useful other than as a toy.
Protect me! They're after me!
We'll hurt ya, so just stay.
We really don't want to hurt.
Ooh, I didn't mean to take that phaser.
See here, Captain Claw. I told you those Federation scum would be nosing around behind our backs.
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch what goes on here.
Oh, I didn't actually want
Captain,
to.
destroying the equipment.
I don't actually want to do that. It's good you don't let me.
That's a novel idea. Not that it makes a lot of sense, but it's a novel idea. That's a novel idea.
I love it when the computer tells us we're an idiot. Don't really know what to do there. Right. Maybe medikit on the woman who's unhealthy. Or maybe do we try blocks? He wouldn't talk to us. Yeah. I'm sure there's something I should pick up somewhere. I don't feel I've done enough picking up.
Welcome back.
No effect.
I was going to say medkit on this one.
I'm sorry, Jim, but I'm not willing to experiment with the drugs I'm carrying to see what might or might not work, especially...
Okay. I mean, I'm guessing shooting for the phase or whatever her name is bad. This one at the end looks dead.
These plants look brown, pinched, and wilted, although their root systems are as well developed. Attached is a sealed metal keg with a feeder hose attachment on top. A trace of greenish mold rims the connection joint.
That's bad, right?
Chlorophyll-based plant species, minor evidence of opportunistic disease incursion, but that appears to be secondary to reduction in overall plant vigor.
No effect. No effect.
I mean, there's something.
These plants do not appear to be particularly healthy, Captain.
Maybe I should be using
These don't
Uhura?
look so good, Jim. I don't understand any of this, Jim.
Not the only one.
A large countertop well suited as a workbench with what appears to be mechanized assists and a hookup close at hand.
Can we use this workbench?
There is nothing on the work console. Proceed with your work.
I mean, the only item I've got to put on the work console is some slightly funky cubes.
Inert organics including phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonia, and calcium compounds. In this form, impractical to use as fertilizing nutrients.
Okay, so it makes fertilizer. Use a person.
A combination workspace and computer console, Captain, with robotic leads on the visible hookups. The data terminal appears to serve as data storage and analysis of materials put on the countertop. In short, I believe it acts as a gardener's assistant to anyone working on the plants in this room. I do detect some evidence of malfunction in one of the hookups, but I believe it would take the inestimable skills of someone like Commander Scott to track down the problem.
Are you saying it's broken?
Only a small part seems to be broken, something involving one of the feed lines. The rest of it appears to be in good order.
I assumed it was at the bottom of here.
Welcome back.
Here?
No effect. A column of iridescent.
No, okay. So it's like, because we haven't used Uhura.
We appreciate your desire to become one with me, but it is impossible. Despite what you may think, this is no short route to Godhead. We appreciate...
Okay. Our communications officer can't talk to the communication-y thing. And Spock repair this.
Evidently, this was an electronic device, almost certainly a reader or computer interface. It is severely damaged beyond any repair.
Okay, that's not fulfilling. Where's Chris reading the FAQs when you need him? Actually, that's true. What we haven't tried is getting Uhura to talk to this person, who won't talk to us, so maybe...
I don't think I should talk to you.
Protect me. We'll hurt ya. So we really...
I just don't feel like I've gone for a while. Since the
See
teddy
here,
bear.
Captain Claw. I told you those Federation scum would...
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch
War
what
on the
goes
other
on
side
here.
of the king door.
That's a
Oh
novel.
yeah, we didn't want anything. I was going to try Uhura on the next one.
Captain, I think there must be some other way to achieve what we're...
Just saying, Chris, we just have no idea what's going on. To be honest, the only thing we've managed to do is swap a teddy bear for some blocks. So... you've missed very little other wandering around. So what you're saying, the other side, the wall the other side of the king's door. Yeah, let's go look at that. It did look like, yeah, there was a door there, wasn't there? Ah. And it's a food room. More Klingons.
No effect.
I haven't tried talking with that at the back because I'm worried it will make me
no effect.
Walk through the guys who don't want me to walk through. Okay, I don't think we don't. What's this?
A mechanized food delivery and recycling.
But I'm not allowed to pick up the food. So
no
I want to...
effect.
This woman looks...
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Are you feeling all right, ma'am? Can you tell me what the problem... You look so sad. Would it help to tell us why you... Hi there, I'm Captain James...
I'm called Ma. My son is Stan Bob. And I failed him. I feel so bad.
See you in a moment, Tom.
I'm a terrible mother.
The woman's eyes brim with tears and she can't continue the conversation.
Is everyone here?
Hi there, I'm Captain... Are you feeling all right, ma'am? You look so sad.
Do you have any children, sir? I do, a son, and I've just not treated him right. Tried to do right, but everything died, and I can't give him what he wants, what I think he needs.
A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure you did your best for your son. What died? Did you hurt? A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure you did your best for your son.
Burger.
Would you tell me about it? What is it?
Can I get delivery here?
Little Stan Bob. I tried to feed him right, give him safe food. He really likes fresh fruit. Now he can't have it anymore, and it's all my fault.
Ma'am, hold on to this idea. It may not be your fault at all. We'll try to help. You have my word. Your son still loves you just for trying. Of that I'm certain. He wouldn't... Ma'am, hold on to this idea. It may not be...
The woman's eyes brim with tears and she can't continue the conversation.
Okay, maybe I got the wrong answer.
Hi there, are you feeling all right? You look so sad.
Do you have any children?
A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure... What died? A mother's job can be difficult.
Little Stan Bob.
Ma'am, hold on to this idea. Your son still...
The woman's eyes...
Okay, so whatever I say, she gets upset there. But
Hi
what
there,
died?
are you feeling... You look so sad.
Do you have any children, sir?
A mother's job can... What died? A mother's job... What died?
I was thinking of hurting myself, and the Fays told me that wasn't good. That was true, and I got something to eat and felt better. But when I tend the plants in the garden, some of them died. The ones that give fresh fruit.
You didn't mean to kill the plants, did you?
No, of course not. Before Tuscan ruined the reader in the Fays Oratory, I read about those plants. They need phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonia, and calcium compounds to grow their best. Something's wrong now. I think that's how I killed them. Plants aren't getting fertilized, and I don't know how to fix it.
The woman's eyes brim with tears.
So we
and
need
she
to
can't
fertilize those
continue the
plants, which
conversation.
is what we were trying to do.
These look like Jakesy's blocks.
So, need fertilizer. What? This building makes no topological sense. None at all. It says the right things are fertilizer.
Nothing on the work console. Proceed. Inert organics, including phosphorus.
But I need to smash them.
The ceiling looks interesting. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Maybe put them on the table where the last
that...
I smash them? Or maybe give them to the person who smashed it.
This isn't a medical matter.
So is a medical matter. It's a plant medical matter. Stop being so speciest.
Welcome back.
Do you have some intention in mind when doing this, or is it just a random play with the blocks type of thing?
I mean, I was thinking something else.
We appreciate your desire. Hello there, Kirk. Welcome all.
I'm feeling fine. I want some information. Why? How are you feeling? Aren't you feeling well? I'm feeling... Why? How...
I am fine, Captain Kirk. Is there something that makes you believe that we are not thinking or not feeling well?
No, I don't think that. You're in charge of a starship. No, I don't think that. You're in charge of a starship. can I make you understand there are sentients who will die if you...
That's a clever question, Captain Kirk. You're not well, yet you want me to tell you how to trick us. However, you cannot access my external monitors. So in any event, you cannot trick us into thinking something exists, which does not. If the planet we are approaching had homes where I know a starship landing field exists, I certainly would not land. However, the builders would not be so foolish. They knew we would return. And when? You don't understand. That's to be expected. The damaged ones have difficulty understanding sometimes. Just know that we love you and will care for you until the builders can ease the confusion in your minds. Wouldn't you like that?
Phase, are you aware that we are not even from there? That we are from another ship, a different planet altogether? That Mr. Spock here isn't even the same race as... No, I don't think that. I just as soon stop talking about it. Phase, are you aware that we are not even from there? I think that's a better option. That we...
Is there something more you'd like to talk about? Or do you want to get some rest?
No, I don't think that. I just as soon stop talking about it. Phase, scan me. Scan the other... No, I don't think that. Phase, scan me.
Yeah,
you aren't well, that's true. Recognizing that you're not well is the first step toward getting the...
No, I don't think that. I just as soon stop talking about it.
You will feel better after you eat, dear.
Not very helpful, is it? Well, we didn't use the medical tricorder on the food, so that's an option. And I was going to try and get the, Yeah, sorry, Tom. I'm really done with discussion. Strum broke for anyone? No, I don't know. Yeah, it's paused, hasn't it? Let me know if it comes back. Yay! Yeah, I have to. So you didn't miss much because I think I caught that quite quickly. But I wandered off because the phase wasn't going to tell me anything. And thought I want to get those cubes smashed. I thought if I put them under the guy who keeps smashing stuff, maybe we'll get there.
Protect me. They're out. We'll hurt you. We really.
See here, Captain Claw. I told you those Federation scum would be no...
The Klingon observed.
So I reckon put the blocks here,
That's
maybe?
a novel idea. No. Not that it makes a lot of sense, but it's a novel idea.
Okay, that wasn't good. I'm gonna try something really stupid.
Save new game. Save, replay, delete previous. Save new game.
It's a really bad idea, but...
Watch out, Rackaback. They're up to no good. Watch out, Gormagon. They're up.
Okay. Vulcan nerve pinch, maybe?
Look out, Rackaback. They're up to...
Hey, what you trying to do? You You stay away from my brother. What do you want with him?
Ah,
do you want to
no
fight?
sound.
I love a good fight.
Hopefully it's not me. Right. Okay, this is frustrating. I can't work out. Oh, we've talked to his mum now.
Hi there, remember me?
I don't think I should talk to you.
Feels like she's doing it. So basically, the only key we've got is we need some fertilizer. We have some cubes we need to probably break down. I can't work out how to break them down. That's about it, really. And make some fertilizer for some tree.
I don't see how these can help us get
a piece of cloth.
I mean, I would just pick up anything, Game, that's what.
This individual appears somewhat elderly, but he holds his head proudly and his shoulders are thrown back. He nods benignly at you and a yellowish crown slips down a little lower on his brow. He clenches a short silvery rod with a bulbous tip firmly in one hand.
It happens. Reloads do weird things. So,
this individual...
I think this guy we need to crack. I suspect we can get that rod off him. It looks like that kind of thing. Maybe, or maybe talk more to this guy.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk. Jacobson. Can you smile for me? Is there something you want, Jacobson?
The sweet-faced adult...
No, so it probably was a toy. Ah. So she can talk to one random person?
Noble-looking woman. You have my permission to speak.
Horrible sexist trope.
You stand out remarkably, bearing yourself like a queen. Yet these Carls do not treat you as royalty. Surely you have royal blood flowing in your veins?
Bloodlines do not dictate who we listen to. We weigh a person's worth by their actions. My ancestors ruled in the lands of Kush and Timbuktu. Royalty recognizes royalty, does it not? Look on me. Bloodlines do. Royalty recognizes royalty.
Doesn't feel like setting out. Just because of an idiot.
Look on me and...
What heresy! I won't have anything to do with any of you.
Okay, maybe not that.
Methinks you peasants should know your place and...
The elderly man ignores your presence.
Did I miss for one opportunity to...
Importune upon our courtesies, but one day you will go too far. Take your somber features out of our sight.
It does feel like there's a lot of options to do the wrong thing in this one. Maybe I was going to lose whatever.
A billion farmer, no doubt. Were we not gracious, you would be executed for your insolence, you low-born bumpkin. Acknowledge your obeisances, but you be not more than a jumped-up merchant. Think you money might buy...
The elderly man ignores your presence.
Doesn't do anything special for me, Captain.
The elderly individual ignores you. He looks at you oddly.
Fair answer.
Captain, there's nothing I can do for this.
No, that's reasonable. Right, I am really running out of ideas. But I may mess that up, but it doesn't really dead end you this game usually, does it? It just sometimes doesn't like you too much. I'm friends with that.
I'm just a simple country doctor, not... I'm just a simple...
Yeah, we haven't looked at this yet, have we? What's this?
I think this machine is more up... No, I don't think that...
This seems to be a non-emergency medical station. A first aid stop, you might say. Jim, I think if I check it out...
Ah. That's good.
This
Nice
computer gives
progress.
me some standards against which to correlate data, Jim. These people are humanoid, certainly. But it would be a dangerous mistake to assume specific
stuff to work with.
A female, just moving into middle age. Her overall level of health is fairly good. Vital signs are down marginally, and mental readings indicate a chemical array typical.
So will he now use a medkit?
I'm reluctant to medicate any of these people, Captain. She seems to have a chemical stew in her veins already, and I'd be concerned about...
So weird. We've never really had an impulse like this, have we? I think I'm going to stop in about 10 minutes, so... Let's see how we do. I'm guessing we're still not going to be allowed to,
Welcome back.
She's cataleptic, Jim. Completely submerged within her mind. Completely withdrawn from external stimuli.
Psychological damage or something physical?
I can't be sure, even with rather extensive tests. But from the tricorder readings, I would say some psychological shock ruptured an inherently fragile cognitive structure. In ancient times, they would have said she was skittish or prone to a nervous break.
Bone, stop. You're starting to sound like
You do not...
We've definitely had that before. The skittish thing.
I'm sorry, Jim, but I'm not...
Still not willing to experiment. Okay. Right, I mean, I'm open to ideas. At this various point, I mean, I almost feel like reloading and trying other things. But it feels like I'm cheating.
The elderly man ignores your presence.
Captain, there's got to be a better way to handle this.
Can I break these?
Stop for a moment. I think there must be some better method to this. Perhaps we ought to place the blocks inside the container first.
So we need to put the blocks in a container. So that's new. Put the blocks in a container first. Haven't seen any containers though. No, the red road, they just go, what sort of like, what are you on about kind of thing.
Sorry, Captain, but I think you should save them for your children.
Okay, that's just you.
Do you have some intention in...
A light scans the blocks, and after a protracted pause, a mechanical arm pushes them onto the floor where you retrieve them.
Yeah, I've used Spock's and McCoy's containers in a plot room. I just got told they're broken. The map makes no sense, but it's the plant room again. Don't ask me how that works. Yeah, no, so there's a machine. I mean, generally it's been really hard to find items you can pick up. Yeah, the map's just like go north, south, east, or west, and you end up somewhere completely random. I want to crack something. It might be these guys I have to work out to get past, but I can't find anything.
Protect me! They're after me!
We'll hurt you. We really...
Did we ever try talking to him? Because I think Tom...
I don't care who you say you are! You're evil monsters in disguise! You want to get by me and the only people I can trust! You want to get into the back of my brain! You want to rewire
we'll try
me
in
and
a
change
moment.
the way I think!
See here, Captain Claw.
The Klingon...
Use Kirk on the console above the man's head on the ground. Then use Kirk on the panel opening from the ceiling. There's only a few people on the ground, so I thought there was a woman on the ground, but I guess I'm going to try what Tom suggested.
I don't think
But I think I know where the person is on the ground. I mean, that sounds like the kind of thing I would never guess. Guy on the ground in the block room. And you said there's a console above the man's head. That's a tree? Oh, that could be something. And click on random objects. What the hell are we doing there? See, this is the kind of thing where there's multiple ways of doing this.
Away, varlet! What?
Okay. Use the console of the man's head and then use code from the panel that opens from the ceiling. Exit door to the left. Doesn't seem to like Kirk using the panel.
Away, varlet! What do you...
Yeah, I screwed up, you hear, because I used dialogue 3. Dialogue 2 was like, oh, it just seemed really awful.
The elderly man ignores
So she ignores us now.
Captain, that action is a gridwork of manufactured plastic to diffuse the illumination transmitted from the lighting system in the ceiling.
Oh, but light broken. The guy being said he works on the lights.
You get no response from the youth.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk.
Nobody's really in charge. Maybe the phase. That's one of the things that...
Phase? Why don't you just... Would you tell me... Phase? Why don't you just tell me... Would you tell me about this ship?
We're going to land?
No, not do. He used to say he worked on the lights. Maybe I miss... Maybe I have to go for it a bit more.
The light bar connection is faulty, and only the wire...
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're doing there.
Away, varlet!
Yeah, so he doesn't like me being there.
Away, varlet!
Do you have some intention?
So do I want to knock it down? Oh. Difficult.
No effect. No effect. No effect.
Other things that may be useful is try causing the containers. Pick up the feeder hose on the feet closest to the side of the Klingons. Use on the feeder. Yeah, I mean, that is useful, but I think that's ahead of it. So we got this cube, and this thing tells us that they're fertilizer, and the woman in there has told us we need to make fertilizer.
The feeder hose comes free and a mechanism pulls it out of the way. But a terrible stench.
Okay.
The nutrient broth in this container has become contaminated. It should be disinfected before the container can...
It's a container. So...
That is not logical, Captain.
I mean, I guess kill will sterilize the container.
The ceiling looks interesting.
Standard Starfleet phaser.
I think I know what to do now, thanks. Because it's now a container.
The container heats up rapidly and foul-smelling.
Right. I'm sure I tried. The trouble, in general, this is quite a well-drawn level.
Two feeder hoses roll out on wired mechanisms and insert into the container. From one flows a clear liquid nearly filling the container. The other...
Yeah, so it's run out of food. Which is why we're going to put this in here.
The blocks fit through the opening, splashing as they plunge.
I mean, this feels like a really bad idea, but it's what it told me to do.
The container heats up slowly and the sound of bubbling echoes from inside.
I think that did it, Captain.
You take the metal keg. You settle the container back into the niche it was removed from. The feeder hose, looking shiny and clean, rides out on some mechanism and reattaches to the newly filled container. You hear gurgling and see the nutrient broth begin swirling through the liquid medium. The dying plants seem to perk up before your very eyes.
Yay!
These plants look green. These plants...
Can we pick a fruit?
Effect.
Right, well I wanted to finish at 11, but now we've done that, I feel we should go and talk to the woman who felt she killed the plant.
Hi there, I'm Captain James. Are you feeling all right? You look so sad.
Do you have any children?
A mother's job can be... What,
I was thinking of...
You didn't mean to kill the plants, did you?
No, of course not. Before Tuscan ruined the reader in the phase R...
The woman's eyes brim with tears and she can't continue the
Okay, so not as quick as I hoped. Maybe the plants will regrow, maybe not. But I think that might be a good place to stop. We've learned a lot tonight. We need to work out what to do about my Wi-Fi because it's clearly struggling. But we can do this, which is good. Oh, the plant's there now.
Jim, we don't have time for that.
The species still seems a bit strange, but you expect that. Nevertheless, even as a youngster back in Iowa, you knew when a plant could make a healthy comeback, and these certainly are doing so.
Okay. Right, yeah, we're going to save there, and come back in 2 weeks and finish this off. Hopefully there's enough left to do that, but I think that is a good time for us to stop at 11 o'clock.
Save new game. Replace previous.
Stream 19 done. So thank you for watching. That was good fun to have you along. Same time, next place, and yeah, I'll try and sort out the internet because it is struggling, but we have the standard issues. There's a lot of Wi-Fi in the flat. So bye.